You can ask, what am I doing wrong? But here's the caveat. Never ask what you're doing wrong about yourself. Ask what's wrong with my industry. That's the key. If you ask what's wrong with me, social graces kick in. Everything's fine, Mike. And he goes on Yelp and says, Mike sucks. I can't get the truth when there's potential confrontation. But if I ask what's wrong with my industry, it's the guy outside the room. I did this with Larry, the hedge fund guy. I said, what's wrong with our computer industry? He says, the billing practices are so confusing. I get billed for everything. Now, this is back in the 90s. So what I found was wrong with the industry was my competitive advantage if I resolved it. We did. We moved to a flat monthly fee, which is now standard, but back then was highly innovative. Ask your best clients what other vendors they depend on, not your competition, but the other vendors. Deepen those relationships. I'll give you an example. Larry, their hedge fund, had a clearinghouse called Goldman Sachs. It's a bank for hedge funds. I said, Larry, I'd like to call them. If I can collaborate with Goldman Sachs, we can collectively serve you better. I wasn't saying, hey, Larry, can you make introductions to other people so I can be less available for you? I found a way for him to make introductions where I'm serving him even better. He said, absolutely. Introduced me to Goldman Sachs. I say, hey, we have a mutual client, Larry. They said, we love him. I said, I love him. I said to Goldman Sachs, what can I do to make your job easier and more effective as you serve Larry? He said, well, you're the computer guy. Set the systems to support this technology and this protocol. We set it up accordingly, and the Goldman Sachs experience was more fluid with Larry. Our mutual client was thrilled. But here's the big news. Goldman Sachs was blown away. We were actually accommodating their system. They said, hey, we have another Larry. We're curious if you'd want to do the work because they don't like their computer guy. We said, yes. I had about 75 of those experiences over a year and a half. We started to have exponential growth. Private equity came in and acquired the business because we tapped into what I call the vendor well.